It's almost 2 years since New Zealand were crowned world champions on a dramatic October night in Auckland. But no sooner had that tournament come to an end than preparations began for the next one. In 2 years' time, England will host the 8th Rugby World Cup. And to mark the occasion, a number of initiatives have been launched. One of them, Posts in the Park.
The plan is to put rugby posts strategically anywhere around the country, mainly in the 10 host cities. So there'll be up to 100 sets of rugby posts appearing all over the country, really to mark 2 years to go till the Rugby World Cup, but to get people thinking and talking and celebrating rugby.
Legacy is a huge part of this, and I think that there are also some huge lessons learned from the Olympics in this area, and a lot of the Olympic executives are actually present in the organising committee in London, in England 2015. So we will do everything to ensure that there's a strong legacy from this Rugby World Cup.
And the person tasked with providing that legacy is Debbie Jevons, who before her appointment as Chief Executive of England 2015 played a leading role in the London Olympics.
The key milestones we're looking at immediately are we're going to be launching our ticketing strategy and prices. That'll come up at the end of this month. Moving into 2014, we'll launch our volunteers and what we're going to do. And something that's really important to me in that is that 75% of those volunteers that we have are going to be from the rugby family. We've thought long and hard about that, and it's important to me to reward those that volunteer week in, week out for the sport of rugby. And then going forward, our tickets will go on sale next year, and we'll have our international trophy tour. That'll kick off with around 500 days to go.
There is still much to be done in respect of staff and volunteer appointments, and on the playing side, 7 of the 20 teams taking part have yet to be decided.
We've only had one qualifier through the region so far. That's been Canada as America's one. So all of the other regions are continuing, and over the next 12 months we'll qualify directly from each of the regions, and equally the final team will come through the repechage in November next year. So over the course of the next 12 months we'll know all of the teams that will qualify to Rugby World Cup 2015.
Lawrence Dallaglio was a World Cup winner in 2003, but it was 12 years earlier, when England last hosted the tournament, that he was hooked.
My first Rugby World Cup memory started in 1991 when I turned up as a teenager and watched the Rugby World Cup final as a young Wasps player. Sadly watched England lose to Australia narrowly, but it sort of created a bit of thought in my mind, maybe a dream and an aspiration. I was lucky enough 12 years later to be part of a team that won the World Cup. So it's great memories, and really part of our job in this country is to celebrate those, but also to create new memories, and to put on hopefully the most fantastic tournament for everyone.
And the impact of a successful tournament will stretch far beyond the clubhouse walls.
Well, this is the engine, the financial engine of rugby's development and growth in the world. All of the money that we raise through the Rugby World Cup is invested back into the sport, whether it to be create more competition, entry level, women's player welfare and so on. And in the last 4 years we invested around £150 million into the sport, and in the next 4 we'll invest another £184 million. All of that comes from the Rugby World Cup. So the main thing is that it's a success so that we can continue growing the sport in the way that we have.